New at 6, Colorado lawmakers are considering a bill that would essentially allow you to give up your own right to buy a gun.
Denver 7's Brandon Richards shows why supporters hope it will save lives, while opponents worry it will be a permanent mark on someone's record.
And it was just so important to her to stay alive that she was willing to give up anything in order to do it.
New Orleans resident Katrina Breeze says her mom, Donna, had a long history of struggling with bipolar disorder. And when she began having suicidal thoughts, checked herself into inpatient psychiatric hospitals 3 times to get help.
My mom did every single thing that she could to stay alive, and our entire family did.
Katrina says after her mom came home from the hospital in 2018, the suicidal thoughts returned.
And then one morning, Googled gun stores on her phone and went to the closest gun store and bought the first gun she's ever owned. She then took it to the park and shot herself and died there.
To spare other families the pain hers went through, she's lending her support to a bill Colorado lawmakers are considering.
So this bill is really to allow people to protect themselves from themselves.
The bill, sponsored by State Senator Kathy Kipp, would allow people struggling with mental health issues to voluntarily waive their right to buy a gun by putting their name on a do.not.sell list.
So they can't walk into a firearm shop and buy a firearm, period.
People would be able to remove themselves from the list after 30 days. Enough time, supporters say, for a crisis to pass.
So I saw that as a tool that could be available to other clinicians like myself.
Virginia Mack, a psychiatric nurse practitioner in Fort Collins, brought the idea to Kipp last summer.
This is a bill that can really positively make an impact and save lives.
Now, if this legislation passes, Colorado will become the 5th state with the voluntary do-not-sell registry after Washington, Utah, Virginia, and Delaware. But opponents of the bill, like Rocky Mountain gun owners, worry once people's names are on the list, they'll never be able to come off.
You're putting all this data into the NICS system. When something goes into the NICS system, it doesn't come out. It doesn't magically delete itself.
The bill passed its first Senate committee last week and is awaiting a second hearing. At the Capitol, Brandon Richard, Denver 7.
According to Everytown for Gun Safety, 70% of gun deaths in Colorado are suicides.